welcome in to my channel. I am Rin. This is the channel Stitchy Rin, and this is my lovely assistant, Derek.
Hello.
Uh, so Derek is going to be joining me on the channel. He also stitches, not as much as I do, but you know, who can stitch as much as I do?
Nobody can.
No. I mean, I'm sure some people stitch faster than I do, so they can get more in less time. I'm not very fast. It's fine. So we're going to go over our whips, works in progress. For those of you, I'm really bad about, like, I'm very happy for everybody who's come back, and welcome to anybody who's new. I'm some of my videos, I don't even remember to say my name. I sometimes am really, really bad at this. I'm trying to get better. But we're going to go over our works in progress. We're going to show some finishes, basically everything from like the start of the year till now. So it's a fair little pile. Then we're going to talk about some, like, you know, personal updates, kind of why it's been almost a 3-month hiatus since I've done a video. We'll get into that. And then maybe talk about a few things that we've been watching and all that. So let's get started. Okay, first off, we have this Labyrinth stitch along. I think this is from 2022, probably. Yeah. This is from Geek Freak Stitching, and I'm working diligently on the frame. As you can see, it's quite large. I got the fabric from Fabric Flare. If you have questions about fabric or anything, or even designers, if I forget to mention it, just pop a comment down there, or you can message me on Instagram. So yeah, this one's coming along. I really want to like get the frame done so I can fill in all the like little rooms and stuff with the characters. That'll be fun. I love Labyrinth. It's a fun movie. When I was growing up, the movie like scared me. I was always afraid of the part where she goes to look in the crib. I wouldn't watch it. I would cover my eyes. Even though my sister would tell me, oh, there's nothing. I was like, you're lying to me. I know there's something scary that happens. And then I watch it later. Nothing happens. When you're a kid, man. Okay, next up we've got Serenity and Endymion, and this is from Pain Free Crafts, I think. I'm pretty sure. So this one's a really big full coverage one. So you can see I'm basically working on the first page. It's very dark up in the corner. Oh wait, we've got this upside down. Well, no, sideways. Sorry. Okay, that's better.
There we go.
Excuse me, technical difficulties. But yeah, I'll be putting up pictures of what things are going to look like when they get done, so you have a better idea, because this doesn't really look like much. I know this one's going to take a really long time. But it's pretty. And I'm doing this on a 28 count easy grid, 2/1. I'm trying out the tent stitch thing, which I do like. It goes really fast, so I appreciate that part of it. I think I'm really going to start doing that on a lot of these bigger projects, because otherwise I will never get them done in my lifetime. You know? Okay, here we go. The next up is Mini The Possibilities Evolutions from Heaven and Earth Designs. And you can see we've got Leafeon and Glaceon, and I started on Vaporeon. And I'm glad to get back to this and start making some progress on it. It's also a pretty big one. I did get the mini though. I can't do the really big heights. They're
too big.
I will never finish them in my whole entire life. I've only got so many years left, you know. I mean, yes, I'm not that old, but I feel like some of these would take up like the rest of my life.
It's like, maybe if you could like just do one project, you could maybe do it, but like that's not happening.
That's not happening. I do like the artwork though. It's fun. I did get the max color, which sometimes is a little frustrating, because it's like, here, do one stitch of this color, and I'm like, really? Seriously? This is what we're doing? All right, next up is Snow White from Thread of Magic. Fortunately, this pattern isn't available anymore, but they are on Instagram, so they might bring their shop back. I don't know. You could try following them on there and see. But I really love how this one's turning out. The back stitching. I know, she's so pretty. Although you don't like how small her mouth is.
Yes.
It is kind of tiny. It's that like manga anime style, big eyes.
I get it.
Tiny other features, very dainty. I love because I put in a lot of the back stitching this month, and it just really made her eyes and her hair pop out, and I just love how well done this pattern is. It's a lot. There's fractional stitches, there's blended threads, there's lots of back stitching, so you know, but looks great. Hey, at least all the effort is worth it, right? And I have a bunch of other princesses that they did, and I'm excited to work on those too. All right, next up is Princess Mermaid from Soda Stitch. I got on this fabulous printed fabric. This is the last Princess Mermaid in the series. There's 4 of them, and you'll see one other one that I finished in my finishes. And these are the first Soda Stitches I've worked on. I've been wanting to work on some of their patterns forever. They're so cute. So I've been enjoying working on these. So I got about half of her done, and so hopefully it should look much better with the back stitching. One of those, yeah, the back stitching is perfect. They're so cute. They're gonna look great in my mermaid bathroom, which is apparently kind of morphing into my mermaid witch bathroom. Okay, the big one.
The big
The
one.
big one. This is Polaroid Princess Stitch Along from Abby Sue Designs, and I've made some alterations to it. You'll see. So I'm doing a whole extra row of princesses. I'm adding a lot of the ones that she added as bonus princesses, but I'm also adding 3 that I've charted myself. So the first one of those is Alice here. I've also changed their frames, and I'm adding stitched signatures based off of the signatures they use in the parks. So I actually had a lot of people be really interested when I posted a picture of Alice. So on my Ko-Fi, you can find Alice. I also charted Wendy and Tinkerbell and all of the signatures for all the other princesses that I'm planning on doing. So it's free. You're welcome to download it. I'll have links to all of my stuff down below. I think she turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of, she matches the other ones, so that was kind of the point. But I will warn you, I do use a lot of like fractional stitches and funky back stitching, so you're gonna want an even weave fabric. I would not recommend. Well, her patterns use some fractional stitches and stuff too, so it's not the friendliest to Ada. I'm sorry. But I think it looks great. It's just gonna take me forever because
It's huge.
it's so big. And then I've got the villain one to do, which of course I'm adding a whole bunch of stuff to that too, because can I just not be extra? I see. I see. Moving on. So now we got, this is one of my patterns for Sailor Moon. I've got like the middle section done. We've got Sailor Moon in the middle, of course, Tuxedo Mask, and Chibi Moon. Just finished her up. So there's going to be 3 more up here and 3 more down here. This is the third one that I've done of my different Sailor Moon patterns. They're not up on my Ko-Fi right now, but if you really want them, just send me a message. I'll send you the PDF. It's fine. You know, I know there's been a lot of controversy recently of some people talking about using IPs and stuff. And like, yeah, I know I'm still not supposed to use it. I get it. But I don't ask anybody for money, at least. I mostly chart these because I want to stitch it, obviously. Oh, and this is some great fabric from Easy Stitch for Fun on Etsy. I just love that you can get like the fun colors and stuff printed on there. All right. This one is from Dona Stitch, the second one I'm doing from them. I did Snow White last year, and this year I'm working on Cinderella. It's some really great colors, pinks and purples and stuff. And I love how I can do like the outlining and then just sort of fill it in on later months. So if I want to, not have to count as much, I can just work on filling in the stuff that I outlined. And
It's very colorful. It's kind of a stained glass look.
yeah. I like this dark kind of teal blue. I need a lot of it, but I did find I can get cones of it. So because it's a lot, and there's like 10 of these, so I'm gonna need a lot of it.
Mm.
Somebody was nice enough to send me a link to Amazon. I think 123 Stitch has it in cones now, though. So, oh wow, that's all my stuff. Ta-da! I didn't realize we reached the bottom so quickly. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I brought over everything. If I didn't, I'm going back and getting it right now. Yeah, that is everything. Okay, it's time to show off your whip. This is from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's Spring Garden Club. It's one of a set of 4 seasonal patterns. They're so cute. I love
Yeah,
Frosted Pumpkin. How do you like stitching on that one?
I like it. There's some decent blocks of color, and it's not too crazy within the amount of colors. Not very confetti like. So
Ninja stitches everywhere.
yeah, I hate like threading needles, so I generally try to avoid doing that to the extent that I can. And so having some bigger blocks is good. I like it.
They have cute little faces.
Yeah,
Once you put their smiles on, they'll look real cute.
yeah.
Yeah, I like their patterns. They're fun. They're, you know, there's like a lot of small elements, but it's not like too crazy. Man, I will carry a thread though. I'm so bad about that. I'm like, yeah, I go over here. It's fine. It's cool. All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and show off your finish? I got it on the top of the pile here. And then we can show off our one we did together. So this
See,
is
it's pretty small.
from Cross Stitcher magazine. And it was a sort of like a little stitch along freebie they had in the magazine a couple summers ago. And you got like one section each month. And they have like little extra things. This one's got beads. This one has a little charm. And then we get little buttons here.
Hmm.
So, and Derek did it nearly all himself.
Yeah, I did the beads, which were awkward because I'm not very good with manipulating tiny things with my big clumsy fingers. But
Plus,
I
that
made it
beading
work.
needle is pointy.
Yes,
Did
and
you stab yourself?
I did
I've done that before
just the
because
once.
it's like super sharp, and I will have it where it will like go through my skin, but not like just through like the top layer. Yeah, that's real fun.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm like stitching normally, I don't really worry about the needle so much. It can
Well, it's
just
usually kind of blunt,
hit
so
my finger and it's not a big deal. But that one is sharp, so
yes, because it has to have
yeah.
that really tiny eye to go through the beads. But yeah, I
Hmm.
helped him out putting on the charm and the little buttons and doing the French knots because Derek doesn't do French knots.
I mean, it's not that I don't do them on principle. I just can't do them. So
Okay, fair. It took me many years to like get decent at French knots. They're tricky.
yeah,
I realized the what part of the trick to it is because I have that stand that holds my thing. You really need 2 hands, and you hold your stuff in your hands, so it makes it like way more difficult.
yeah,
Plus, it involves coordination, which we've learned after trying to teach you how to knit and
yeah.
crochet.
I don't do that.
That's not your strong suit.
No, not at all.
All right, so here's the project that we finished together. It is the Magic Potion Temperature Stitch Along from Stitch It Picasso, and I think they're also called Teeny Weeny X Stitch. So I get confused, but anyway, it's all these little potion bottles, and each bottle represents the temperatures. And you can see it was really, really hot this summer.
It's Florida.
And you can see we didn't like our this the winter and the spring gets really crazy because it'll be like kind of cold and then it gets warm, and so it just looks kind of all over the place.
Yeah, these top months are a lot more chaotic than you might think that they have any right to be.
Florida,
Because Florida,
especially where we are in the panhandle, because we do get cold weather, but then it'll like swing back the other direction.
yeah,
I mean, that's why we have like green in December.
I have a tendency to like figure out what I should wear on any given day based on what I wore yesterday, and I've been wrong many times. It's like it was pretty warm yesterday. It's probably gonna be warm today, right? No,
Lies.
no,
I
no. It's in
mean,
the 40s.
yeah, we had freeze warnings in the beginning of this year, which of course I was annoyed because we had like super cold temperatures in the December before this year and then in
Hmm.
like January after this year. So I didn't get to put any blue on here, and I'm still a little salty about that.
I mean, there is a bluish color, but
Yeah, there's the
it's not.
teal,
It's not the coldest
but
blue.
yeah, I didn't get to go into the blue. I knew the purple wasn't going to happen. Like there was no way we were going to have a high in like what the 20s or 30s or something. Wherever the purple was, that was
No,
never happening.
no.
Um, it's like the one time in the 80s we got snow down here,
Yeah,
or the one time we got ice.
yeah,
The one time. I know all you people up north are just like, please.
yeah. We don't really have the infrastructure for that. So it's like, sorry, nobody's going anywhere for like a day.
That is what happened with the ice. The bridges shut down, and they're just like, it'll melt. Just stay where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Who who's expecting a city in Florida to have salt trucks?
Nope.
I mean, until recent years, Atlanta only had like what, three,
Something like that.
until they realized they needed them. Okay, now we're getting into like my mini finishes. Let's start with some princesses here. So this is Cinderella from Picross. Sorry. Um, and yeah, I don't know if I had too much to say about that, but it's sort of in the style of like from Kingdom Hearts. So it's like video game style, little, like, I guess it's supposed to look like a little icon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was actually used in the games or not. Maybe. I don't know. They're cute patterns. I did the Snow White one already, and I've got a bunch of other ones to do. So I will continue working on them. It's nice because they're not like huge patterns I have to do a bunch with. Okay, here we go. This is another one from Abby Sue. This is her Cinderella figure. Unfortunately, this one and the Polaroid Princess Stitch Along are no longer available from her. You could try contacting her through Etsy or her website, Abby Sue Designs. And I think that she is willing to like sell you them in like a certain. She's just not doesn't have them up anymore, which I understand because Disney be litigious. It's the way it goes, isn't it? Okay, let's do my Chrono Cross patterns. So first up, we have Sprig, one of many, many, many characters you get in the game. For those of you who don't know, I did a bunch of Chrono Cross patterns in 2022, and I've been working on stitching all because that game has 45 playable characters, and I'm doing all the like little character icons.
And of course, you have to do all of them.
I have to do all of them. Because you would think, oh, just do the one. But I like a lot of the characters, and then at that point, I might as well just do all of them. This is Stina. She is like the priestess at one of the temples. I like her hair. It's pretty cool. And then we have Norris, who I think was a soldier from the Pori army or something like that, if I remember correctly. It's been a while, and as I said, there are 45 playable characters in this game.
Whatever he's doing, he doesn't seem happy about it.
He's a soldier. He's grumpy. They're supposed to be grumpy, right? Or something. Yeah. I really love that game, obviously. No, I hate that game, but I'm going to stitch all the characters. That would be really weird.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
Wouldn't make any sense. All right. Now we have Heart of Winter. And I was doing these as a stitch along with Kelsey from X Stitch and Chill and some other people. So I did finish Heart of Winter. The only one I didn't finish during the stitch along was Heart of Summer, which I'm going to try to start at some point, maybe this summer. And mine is a little different from what other people's have done because I got this from Cross Stitcher magazine, and this is the first one they put out, and then they kind of based the other patterns off of it when people were interested in it. But there's like a little horse and a little guy on a sled, and that didn't make it to the pattern that they ended up putting up on their website. So mine's unique. Well, I guess as unique as everybody else who had the Cross Stitcher magazine.
That's true.
But I had somebody on the Discord like, what are you adding to it? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they had to point out, and I was like, oh, you're right. That's not on the pattern they made for. I guess they wanted to simplify it a little bit because there's like some like fractional stitches on the horse and stuff.
Yeah.
So whatever. I already started doing the horse, and that was the pattern I had. So that's what happened. But yeah, these are really cute. I just got that one more to go, so I gotta get on that one at some point. Okay, and here's what I was talking about. The other princess mermaid that I just finished. She's so cute. She's like sleeping. And I tried to get that about as centered as I could. Oh, it's a little fuzzy. I tried to get that about as centered as I could in the frame. These frames are extremely difficult to put
Yeah.
together. I have to like fight them.
And there's like no margin on the fabric either.
Yeah, especially on the sides, because I had a big piece of fabric and I cut it into 4 pieces to use on these, and it didn't give me much on the side. So, yeah. And I basically just put a piece of fabric on the back.
It is cute though.
I think it looks okay. It's good enough for me. And that's all that really matters, right? It's going up in my house. If anybody's mad about it, well, then they can just not come here. You weren't invited anyway. No, no, it's fine. I think that's about all of our stitching,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
We've been working on stuff. I mean, I guess I have a very large pile of things.
Yes.
Well, you only really work on one project at a time generally.
Yeah, I can't do the like juggling multiple
There's a whole dresser over here
stitching
full of project
projects.
bags.
Like I have one, maybe two that I work on at a time, and like if I have multiple, it's usually because one has like a giant block of one color that I'm doing, and I just get tired of looking at that color, so I'll switch over.
The Hello Kitty patterns of
Yeah,
doom.
yeah, mostly.
My doom kitties.
Yeah,
Yeah, those were the first patterns I ever designed, and I didn't know what I was doing, and they're pretty rough.
yeah. Do a giant block of green. It's like, okay,
So much green.
I need a break. Do something else.
Ah, we'll get those done someday,
But yeah.
just like everything else. That's what I say. Just someday. I'll finish all these princess patterns when I'm like 90 or something,
Mm-hmm.
probably. I really do kind of actually believe that now because I've sort of started doing math.
I see. So it's ceased to become a joke.
It's it's all the math's fault.
It's all it's all a little too real.
Well, when you start like crunching numbers, it's like, oh, how many stitches are in that pattern? Oh, like 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm gonna start doing stuff 2/110 stitch on 28 count. Then it's half as many stitches.
Mm-hmm.
Math. Or as our friends across the pond say, maths.
Which I do not like.
It's what they do.
I know.
It's not what we do, which makes Derek happy. I wonder why they started saying it that way. And why we don't say it that way.
I don't know. I guess the longer word is mathematics.
Yeah, I
So
guess if you're saying the plural, whatever. We say weird stuff too, so.
yeah.
Especially living in the South, you hear some really fun things.
Yeah.
The eternal debate, is it pecan or pecan?
That or you get differently pronounced variants of like European names like Versailles and Cairo and
Oh, I used to live in Lafayette.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, yeah. And if you didn't say it like that, you weren't from around there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, on a personal note, okay, so I was going to do a wrap up video way back in January showing off my finishes from last year, but then like the morning I got up to do that, I had a horrible sore throat and then I was sick for the next week, and trust me, you don't want to see me when I'm sick. It's gross. No comments.
No.
He just has to listen to me. I blow my nose very loudly.
Very mucusy.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Plus, I sounded awful. I really sounded really bad. And then I had like some weird thing with my eye. I don't know, scratch cornea or something. So looking at anything bright hurt. So having a ring light in my face would be really bad. And then I just sort of like lost momentum after all of that. And it just sort of like drug out for a while. And finally I was like, okay, I'm just gonna. I think I got bogged down, so I'm not gonna particularly do a whole lot of editing on this or on a lot of things for at least a while because I think that was felt like a bigger hurdle. It's like, oh my god, I got to do the editing, I got to put the things in, I got to put that, blah, 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 and then finally like just make a basic video and don't worry about it, and then it won't feel like so insurmountable. Um, Also, I'm wanting to do more other crafts. I love cross stitching; it's like my main thing, but I've kind of set myself some lofty goals.
That's a word.
That's a nice way to put it. Um, or absolutely ridiculously bonkers goals. Which I do. I get so enthusiastic. I'm like, yeah, I can do all this stuff and I can just like so much. And I do it for a while and then I'm like, ah, why am I trying to do all this? And I feel all this pressure and it's like, I'm doing this to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And Derek just sits over there and watches me and waits for me to like catch up to the fact that this is ridiculous.
I like the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And you want to do a bunch of interesting projects, but there's only so many hours in the day.
Damn it. But yeah, there's a lot of other things. Like I've been doing a little more diamond painting this week. Oh, that reminds me. Actually, I did this like little card. Diamond Art Club has these little cards you can do. So I did see if how well the sparkle will show up. I don't know, like a little bit. You can kind of see it, but it's fun because you don't do the whole card. You just do like the little character, and it goes really fast. And so I was just like, yay! And it's a cute little thing you can send off to people. And I'm working on my bigger diamond painting project because it's like literally been collecting dust. I need to finish it.
Yeah, when did you start that?
Oh, I'd have to look on my app, but my phone is filming us, so I can't.
Yeah.
I've been logging, so I like know when I've started and finished them. But yeah, I know it's been a while. It was sometime last year, so. Ugh. And plus, like, I haven't done any knitting or crochet in quite a while. I'm sorry that I keep wiping my eyes. Sometimes when I feel like tired, my eyes water. It's very annoying. Meh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think that's about all that's been going on. There's usually not anything exciting going on here.
Yeah, we're pretty chill.
Yeah.
Well, we planted some things.
Yes, we've been working. That's another thing that's kind of been taking up my time is like gardening. We've been putting herbs in. We've got a tiny little strawberry plant in the garage. We got a shelf with like lights and stuff. Oh, well, that reminds me, I need to water those. Maybe I need to put a reminder on my watch or something to bug me. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because the stuff in the garage is obviously not going to get rained on.
Yeah.
Well, it better not.
Yeah, that would be a big problem.
That would be really bad. That would be a totally different problem that we don't want to have. So yeah, we've been working on that. We've got our blueberry bushes, which have bird netting over them because there was this little jerk bird last year that ate all my blueberries. So I had to put netting up this year because I caught him. He was already back. And Derek's like, how do you know? I'm like, I know it's the same bird.
It's like they got the good stuff.
Yeah. I saw him. He just hopped across the lawn and went over to the plant and just went bloop. I was like, Anyway, so as far as like, we're gonna try to film every 2 weeks. We actually filmed this yesterday.
Yeah, there were some issues.
So
with...
my phone wasn't charged enough, so I'm like, okay, Derek, we'll just use your phone. I have microphones that I got that are nice, but would not cooperate with Derek's phone. Although I wonder if it was because we weren't taking the thing out of the bottom of it, why we couldn't hear the sound.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Anyway, so we just used the microphone on his phone, which is apparently terrible.
Yeah, it had a very like clipped sound. You would not have wanted to listen to it.
No, I didn't want to listen to it. I went to edit it and I'm like, oh no, I can't put this up. This is awful. It's really awful.
Yeah, I heard you from the other room. You're like, oh God.
Yeah, which was annoying. But we're trying again. I'm still wearing the same t-shirt because you gotta enjoy the Chippendale Rescue Rangers that I got on today. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I've been debating about getting back into streaming. I don't know. I will put something up on Instagram or whatever if I decide to do that. For those of you who have watched me over on Twitch, I'll probably pretty much just be doing diamond painting on there because I've got a pretty good setup for that, and I haven't. I've kind of had a setup for cross stitch, but it's more difficult to do cross stitch on there, at least for the places I have to do it. Um, I have been doing some free patterns this year. I've been doing Final Fantasy patterns, which I think I've had like one person download all of them. Womp womp. I'm gonna keep doing those. I haven't put one out for March, but I'll probably just go ahead and do uh, two in April. Um, Whatever. I don't know. I It's hard for me sometimes to know which ones are gonna be popular. Like I did all the Doctor Who ones last year, and the most popular ones were like the old Doctor logos, not the new ones, which I was kind of surprised. But okay, sure.
Maybe people like retro stuff.
I guess Hmm. I don't really have other pattern plans this year. I'm trying to kind of like figure out a style and stuff. We'll see. Um, I don't know. I've just been a little bit all over the place, I guess. What else is new?
It's true.
But yeah, Derek's gonna be joining me because we have a lot. We actually had a lot of fun even yesterday, even though it didn't turn out so well. We had fun. We had a
Yeah, it
lot
was
of fun
fun.
together.
Yeah,
I like you.
I do too.
I guess that works out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's about it. I
Yeah.
can't think of anything else that we talked about. Oh, we were going to talk about stuff we've been watching. That's right. What have we been watching? Mostly Doctor Who.
Yeah. We have been watching a lot of Doctor Who.
There's a lot of Doctor Who.
There is a lot of Doctor Who.
I went through and watched all the old Doctor Who again, and he watched a little bit of it with me, as much as he could deal with. There's a lot of it.
There's a lot.
But we've been actually going through and watching all of the new Doctor Who. We're into the Peter Capaldi episodes. We did like the first season of his stuff, so we're getting there. Um, what else we watched? We went back again and watched that first season of Good Omens.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably start the second season this week. Love David Tennant and everything. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything else that we finished recently. We've been rewatching the Ghostbusters movies. We were going to go see Ghostbusters, the new one today, but then we decided we want to stay home.
Yeah.
This is the level of excitement that happens around here. Do you want to go the 5 miles of the movie? Not really.
No, not really.
We did go see Dune.
We did see Dune.
Which that reminds me, that was another thing that I wanted to mention. We started a book club. Locally, it's been kind of not great. So we decided to start a Discord server and have a few people join there. And our April book is Dune. So we have the recent movies that came out. And so the theme of the book club is basically books that have been made into movies or television shows. And so we'll talk about the book, you can talk about the movie or the show, kind of compare, what they took out, how they changed it to, detriment or not of. I mean, there's some good adaptations. There's some I've liked, and then there's a lot of really bad ones. They're apparently going to start the Narnia series again. We'll see if they actually finish it this time. It's hard stuff with kids because you have to get it done on a certain timeline for them to not be 25 years old like the kids in Stranger Things are going to be in this next season.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I know. Because the one kid, Finn Wolfhard, is in the new Ghostbusters movies. And I'm like, man, he's going to look so old.
Yeah.
In the next season because he's got to be like 6 feet tall now. The kid is like a beanpole.
Yeah.
It's tough. You gotta get cracking with it, and streaming services often take like a really long time to actually do the season. That's the only thing I don't like. There's a lot of upsides to streaming stuff, but I don't like the long gaps between seasons that you get sometimes. That kind of sucks. Which reminds me, we've got to watch Dragon Prince. It's just too much. There's too much TV.
Too much.
Yeah, can't keep up with it all. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's about it. Otherwise, this video is going to get longer than I like to upload because our internet is.
Yeah.
Yay for monopolies. It's literally the only internet we can get here.
Oh well.
If you have more than one internet service provider, you are lucky. That's just the way it goes around here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess that's the problem when you live in an area that's like not a big area, not heavily populated.
Yeah, like it's a city, but it's not a huge city.
It's a city.
It's still a city. It's not a metropolis.
Okay. Which, I mean, it's nice from a traffic standpoint, but
Yeah.
for services, not so much. Anyway, I hope that you have a great rest of your day or evening or whenever you're watching this. Because today is what, the 24th of March. So I'm going to try to get this uploaded today. We'll see how the internet cooperates with that. And I hope we'll see you in our next video, hopefully in 2 weeks. Something like that. And until then, have a great time stitching. Bye.